What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? Look at Win repping 100 Thieves. Yeah, I checked to make sure he's not sponsored by 100 Thieves, though. So don't get too excited out there, guys. Don't get too excited.
Would be
But
really cool though.
that would be really sick if Win was actually sponsored. That would actually be the biggest sponsor I think Pokemon's had.
For
Right?
sure. I
Yeah.
mean, they're doing a whole Pokemon collab right now too. They just put out a whole thing where they've got 103's branded merch coming out, including some like Ash Ketchum type hats that have the 100 Thieves logo on
Yeah,
it.
that is hard. I already see, he's wearing the Gengar one too right now. Dude, Pokemon collabs are always so sick.
But getting into the game, we
Yeah.
do have that new Mega Absol box on the side of Win, and Joshua, again, apologize for pronouncing your name incorrectly. Please do not hate us. But playing Dragapult Dusknoir on the other side of the table. And kicking things off with Win, with the Mega Kangaskhan in the active. Love to see some new cards from this Mega Evolution expansion seeing play. You know, people were worried when the set came out that the Mega Pokemon themselves were a little underpowered maybe, or would not necessarily be able to compete with the other cards in the format. But Mega Kangaskhan up front, with its powerful Run Errand ability, will allow Win to draw 2 extra cards per turn as long as it is active. And we see the Earthen Vessel finding 2 Dark Energy. Yveltal on the bench already, ready to maybe do some locking shenanigans with its corner attack, or clutch attack, I should say. Very powerful card. And we'll just have to see how things progress from here. Going first is not necessarily the MO of this deck. Likes to go second, likes to get that Turbo Energize into play to get energy on board as quickly as possible. Otherwise, it's forced to play an honest game of Pokemon and just attach energies one at a time. But we did see the Latias come into play off of that Run Errand. Win recognizing that this is not a matchup where the Cornerstone Ogerpon will come into play, so putting the fighting energy onto the Kangaskhan and simply passing. And on the other side of the board now, we do have the Buddy Poffin coming down for Joshua, looking to find likely Badoo and maybe a Duskull. I don't know, it depends on how familiar he is with this matchup. Does he know that Win is packing a copy of the Psyduck promo, as most of the lists for this Mega deck are? You know, the Psyduck, obviously, again, like we mentioned last round, preventing the explosion of the Curse Blast from the Dusclops and Dusknoir, which would disallow Joshua from being able to one-hit KO these high HP basic Pokemon. And we did see the Badoo and Duskull found off the Buddy Poffin. Another Buddy Poffin finding a Dreepy. And will we fully fill the bench here on this first turn? We'll have to see. I do see on... I'm going to say Josh for now, because I do see Josh in the chat. So hopefully that is who this is. And we're just going to be able to call you Josh for the rest of the round. But there is a copy of Latias on the list, able to help give some mobility to these basic Pokemon if it hits the board. Maybe that's why we want to leave the bench space open. And then an Iono for 6 new cards for both players. Their hands going to the bottom of the deck. And we do see a Psychic Energy found, allowing Dreepy to go back to the bench. And I think we're just going to see an Itchy Pollen here to end the turn. And there we go. 10 damage on the Kangaskhan. No items for Win. Going to be pretty difficult to find the basics now. You know, with all of the item-based search being shut off. But we do see that Psyduck found off of the Run Errand. Very important card in this matchup. And a very powerful Lily able to come down if he wants to. Mega Absol also hitting the board. The only thing Win's really missing now is a copy of that TM Turbo Energize. Going to probably have to do some board cleanup at some point with the utilization of a penny. You know, you'd love to see a second Monkey Dory on the board from Win's side. And choosing to put that Lively Stadium into play. So now all of the basic Pokemon on the board have plus 30 HP. You know, a card, when Surging Sparks first came out, people probably thought Lively Stadium was just a straight up bulk stadium, but it allows you to hit some break points with these high HP 3-prize Pokemon that you otherwise wouldn't be able to. Really just trying to push things out of range of being able to be KO'd. And here we go, Lily 4-8, because Win does still have 6 prize cards. There's the energy. Do we see the TM Turbo Energize? We'll get to see a nice old-fashioned Stadium War in this game as well, because Josh is actually playing 2 copies of the Jamming Tower. So we'll have to see, interestingly, how this kind of all plays out. No Klefki in play, though. So the Psyduck, for now, will be able to stick around unless it is bossed or counter-catchered up. For those unfamiliar, this is actually a pretty skill-testing matchup. I'll have to see if Win knows how to navigate things here. really would like to avoid taking prize cards for as long as possible. Really want to try to force the Dragapult player to make the first move, if you can at all afford to do so. Right now, not a ton of options out here for win. And we do see that Badoo will be stuck in the active. And then back over to Josh, a Lily, giving him 8 new cards as well. There are some changes in Win's list from the initial, toward 60 that we saw, including some interesting cards like a one of Airy, as well as Enhanced Hammer that could definitely aid him in this matchup as well. Maybe being able to discard that very powerful Neo Upper that just went onto the Dragapult.
And then Mobstar coming in with that follow, too. Thank you so much. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you here.
Yeah, appreciate everybody in the chat on the stream. If you are not already, please follow the channel. We'll be here every single League Cup the store does. If we are at all able to, we do drop a stream for it. And it's always a lot of fun, so please come hang out with us and enjoy yourself. We do see an Ultra Ball now getting that army of Dracloaks into play. Something that could be just a big liability, though, for Josh would be that Duskull that's stuck on the bench. Because the side deck is in play, having to commit energy to be able to potentially retreat that Duskull, or if it evolves a Dusclops, could be costly. We do have Bow asking if we'll be streaming to YouTube as well, Mark.
Anytime streaming to YouTube too. Nah, we're not streaming to YouTube at the moment. So to do multi-streaming like that, it's actually a paid feature, and I have to get Versus on board with it. It's like it's X amount a month, because if you just do raw multi-streaming to both platforms, it only goes only one gets 1080p and the other one gets 720, and we're in the year 2025, the Lord's year, and we don't believe in 720 point anymore. So we're looking to do that eventually, but not now, but soon. Not now, but soon. TM. There you go. That's the answer.
Okay, so back into the game, we did see an Itchy Pollen going into Win's Yveltal, and then importantly, a Mist Energy found for that Psyduck. So once again, that thing can only be KO'd now if it is dragged up, kicking and screaming to the active. And otherwise, just gets to chill on the bench, cannot be pinged by the damage counter placement from Phantom Dive, keeping it safe from the Hawlucha that Josh incidentally revealed to win on the last turn. And we do see the Arven finding that TM Turbo Energize, and what looks to be, I think, a Pokegear? Hoping to find a supporter for next turn. There we go. Yes, Pokegear confirmed. And so we'll see the retreat back into the Kangaskhan, the run error into being able to find even more cards for the hand. These hand sizes are going to continue to be really large for this big basic deck, and Turbo Energize will get more energy into play. Here we go. Dark Energies will be flicked to the front of the deck and immediately down onto the Mega Absol with that Terminal Period attack. If the defending Pokemon has exactly 6 counters on it, it's just KO'd. Off the board. Gone. Very powerful indeed, and a deck that... Oh, never mind. Win. Okay. Win almost accidentally spread his energy out, but chose to correct it, put both on the Absol.
And I want to see this Absol. I actually haven't read it yet.
Yeah, so pretty powerful card. First attack, Dark Colorless, Terminal Period, like I said, allows you to just KO the defending Pokemon if it has 6 counters on it. And then I believe the second attack is Claw of Darkness for 200, and you get to look at your opponent's hand and discard any card of your choice from it.
Claw of Darkness. That is like probably the most metal name I have heard on a Pokemon's attack in quite a long time.
I mean, Mega Absol looks like it listens to emo music.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, they're definitely like... I could see Mega Absol being a big Movements fan for anyone in the chat that might know that band. They just sitting there spamming Daylily all day long. That's like all that Mega Absol listens to. But a very cool card. Wow, and I just love seeing these Megas back, dude. 280 HP. We're back. What year is it, guys? What year is it?
Well, it is 2025. We've got our 3 prize basics back in the field, but we do also have some 3 prize evolutions.
They're basics.
Yeah.
Oh well, it's Absol, but
yeah. So you do.
Is the Gardevoir basic?
No, it's a stage.
Okay.
So all the Pokemon exhibit the same stage of whatever the regular card is. We don't have to deal with Spirit Links this time to get our Megas into play. And over on Josh's side, just trying to set things up as well as he can. It's a really tricky matchup. I'd argue it's largely unfavored for the Dragapult side of things, unless your opponent prizes their Psyduck in particular. But just trying to establish as robust of a board as possible. We got the Luminous down on the Monkey Dory. I think I actually would have liked to see that energy attachment go to a Dracloak instead, especially if you're going to continue to try to take things slow here and just Itchy Pollen and force Wind to make the first move. But we'll have to see how this plays out with that energy attachment going to the Monkey Dory.
And this is the Psyduck in play that that's the boogeyman right now, right?
Yep.
The really expensive rare that we have floating. Actually, it's uncommon, isn't it?
No, it's just a promo.
Just a pro. Oh,
It was
even worse.
That's the thing that's really killing people is that
Okay.
it's a blister promo, and different stores you don't know which blister promo you're going to get because there's a Psyduck and a Golduck that come in the same product. So you open your case of blisters and theoretically 50-50 Psyduck Golduck, but I've heard of some shops that got 100% Golduck and nobody's happy about that.
Oh gosh.
So that's why we see Psyduck approaching price tags of up to $20, $25 for a blister promo. I think the last time I saw one that was that expensive was probably the Giratina back when Greninja Break was really big.
Yeah. Oh my God. That was crazy. Crazy times, guys. See, here's a word of advice for everyone in the chat too. I know what you're thinking. I can't get this Psyduck because it's all sold out everywhere I go. You can't get scalped if you show up at 6:30. Actually, if you show up at 6:28 a.m., you can't get scalped, dude. You beat them to the line. Just beat them to the line, dude. Then you get all the cards you want.
Or, if you are a Florida local, there is a Psyduck in the case here at Versus Games.
Ooh, there is. You guys can rush down here as fast as you can before maybe I'm going to buy it. How about that? Yeah. Yeah, I'll buy it.
But we see Josh choosing to be the aggressor here, putting damage onto this Kangaskhan. And again, 200 damage, Kangaskhan kind of laughs it off. This big basic doesn't care. We'll get to draw 2 more cards. And we saw the damage counter placement on the Absol on the bench. And we did get to see the Adrenabrain moving the damage from the Badoo over to the Absol as well, trying to make it set up for a KO if at all possible.
And we got the GOAT Butler in the chat. That's exactly what I would have called your name there, dude. W matchup, L bench for win. Come on, bro. You can't be like that. You know what's an L bench, dude? You, because you're not even here right now. Come on, bro. Just close the shop for the day and come over here. We got you. You can enter with a round 1 loss. You'll make it in time. Also, sup, no job nerds. Oh, my gosh. Good to see you, Hunter. Good to see you, bro.
I would argue that my job is more real than Hunter's job, but what do I know?
I mean, bro, he sells furniture.
No, he plays Pokemon at work.
Oh, true. Yeah, actually. And then when the actual customer comes in, hey, Jim.
So, Wynn did grab a boss off of that Pokegear, was really hoping to find a penny there to pick this Kangaskhan up, remove all of that damage from play.
Wish I could
never mind. Penny's already in the hand. So we'll see likely the Kangaskhan getting scooped up here. All that damage leaving play. The energy, importantly, going back to hand as well. And then the Absol being promoted. And the thing that Wynn's really looking for here is likely to set up a second Monkey Dory. You want to remove as much damage from this Absol as possible. And then you also need the second Monkey Dory in play to be able to utilize that terminal period to KO the Dragapult here. So what that would require is something like an attachment to the Monkey Dory and then an energy switch to a second Monkey Dory. But we'll have to see, does he have all of those cards available with the supporter already being utilized?
This is such a sick card. How is this not one of the best decks right now?
Well, when people first looked at it, the difficult thing with Absol is just getting all of the energy onto it, and the way the deck gets around it is utilizing that TM Turbo Energize. So we will see 3 counters moved over to the Dragapult. Do we have an E-switch, though? And it looks like the answer is no.
What does the Eviltall do?
The Eviltall is just a clutch Pokemon, or a corner.
Oh, a corner? Okay.
Yeah, but it's got free retreat. They've got some other stuff in the deck where you play Petra on DX that allows you to promote a dark Pokemon and poison it. So you can promote the Eviltall, counter catcher something up that doesn't want to be in the active spot. And while the Eviltall is poisoned, you're generating damage on your board that you can then Monkey Dory over to your opponent and just really kind of spiral things out of control. But things could spiral in the other direction. That's a really big pickup off the first Recon Directive, the Jamming Tower. Getting that Lively Stadium out of play in conjunction with the Monkey Dory and a boss maybe could allow Josh to one-hit, or not one-hit KO, but KO the Mega Absol that's on the bench. Sitting there with a 280 base HP, currently, thanks to Lively Stadium, does have 310. So even with the Monkey Dory, would not be KO'd, but the Stadium Bump would provide that extra 30 damage in the form of just removing that HP cap from the Absol.
And taking a look, too, Wynn's hand is massive. Just a book of options here on his side. But we do see the Clops. Yeah, Dusknoir coming down, but Psyduck's in play. So
Yeah, the
No.
Dusknoir is just a really big liability right now,
Yeah.
especially with the Neo Upper already being utilized. At some point, we may actually need to see an energy attachment go to that Dusknoir unless Josh wants to go out of his way to gust up the Psyduck and KO it.
So
There's the
JT.
stadium. No boss in hand, though. So I actually think I would have liked to hold on to the stadium in that case. Just, you want to save it to have it available to you on the turn that you specifically want to put it down. Now, I understand the argument is I'm playing an Iono this turn. I wouldn't necessarily be able to find it right away anyway, but you just want to have that resource available when you need it, because now the door has opened for Win to be able to just play another stadium, get it out of there.
And this, oh, I mean, if only a prize had been taken at some point from when that that counter catcher would have been a very clutch pickup here, but
For sure.
not helping us now, unfortunately.
Right, so we will see an Adrenabrain moving some damage back over. And yeah, so Monkey the Psyduck and knock it out. Unfortunately, that doesn't work thanks to the mist energy that's been attached to it. You know, Dragapult's Phantom Dive is a powerful attack, but you cannot put damage counters on a Pokemon if it has mist energy attached to it. Now we do see the Phantom Dive. We'll see the damage counter spread here, and it looks like just 6 to Absol, keeping things nice and tidy. And we do have an energy on that bench Dracloak. Win's going to really, really is kind of still in a tight place here. We do get the second Monkey Dory into play. Now the pressure is going to come in the form of having to get a secondary Absol set up for when this one goes down. Because you can only move 4 counters over to that Dragapult if you want to KO it with Terminal Period, which still leaves you at 270. And some crazy gust plays could happen to allow your Absol to be KO'd in conjunction with something like Halucha.
An
But
Airy coming down. Okay.
this will be a surprise card.
Ooh.
Counter Catcher's the
Yeah.
only item in hand, but just more information getting to see what is still available.
Yo, shout out Sable House in the chat too, man. What's up, dude? What's up?
I'm going to assume that that's Kyle, and so I appreciate you stopping by and visiting. Hope you're having a good weekend, man. And we will see double Monkey Dory moving over 4 damage counters, and then the Terminal Period says, you've got 6, you're KO'd.
Kyle, never change, man. I love seeing the out of context clips from commentary, dude. Not afraid to say what's on the people's minds. Love this guy. Sorry, had to go on that tangent for a second. It was very funny when I came upon that clip. If you know, you know, chat. If you know, you know. Very funny.
And so now, importantly, with Win being ahead in prizes, that counter catcher that got discarded off the Airy could have been really devastating with getting the Psyduck KO'd, but not going to happen now. Josh really laboring over this decision. We did see a Dragapult get discarded earlier off of an Ultra Ball, so now 2 in the discard pile. Maybe doesn't have access to the other one without a recovery card. We'll have to see, can it be found?
Running back the Iono, too. Really digging deep here.
Oh,
All right.
there's a stretcher.
Yep, that's good.
Dragapult's available, but the big problem is if you can't KO this Absol, it's just going to move 6 over and KO your next Dragapult, and then you're just in a world of hurt with not having the energy available to do it again.
Another stretcher off of first recon, or first recon directive. Here's a second one. Hey, there's that piece of catcher back, which is live. It's live right now. We are down. Clear that. Oh, chat. Wait, hold on. You want to see what's in the hand? So do I.
We'll have to see, how does Josh navigate this? We do see the stretcher for the Dragapult. We do have the counter catcher, but it's just going to be a really, really tight spot here. The Dusknoir is going to continue to be a liability as long as that Psyduck is in play. Glare not doing us any favors.
Dude, right when I'm trying to
Like
show
we've got a Blood Moon, we've got a Psychic. I see a Lily counter catcher. Oh yeah, we knew about the second stretcher, and there's the counter catcher for the Monkey Dory. And looks like we're just going to try to set things up as well as possible. Getting the Monkey Dory out of play does make the Terminal Period more difficult to achieve. You're going to have to find the Monkey and a Dark Energy to do it again. But just how is Josh going to get all 6 of his prize cards over the course of this game? So going down to 4 here. Like, is the map, I'm going to try to get to KO your Yveltal, which already happened, Monkey Dory, which is happening now, KO another Monkey Dory, and then KO this Absol, and hope that at no point do you pick it up out of play?
What's in as far as recovery too? How many pennies? Two, and we've only seen one so
Yeah.
far. So
So 1 penny available, Night Stretcher available to get the monkey back if we need to. There's another raw monkey dory in the list as well.
there's a lot more deniability in Hwin's list at the moment. Like
Absolutely.
just nullifying all this work we're doing with this damage spread. Game is so cooked. LOL. It might be, but hey, this card's broken though. Hold on.
Well, when already having access to the raw monkey dark in hand off of the Iona that Josh played last turn really is just going to spell disaster for him. You know, we're going to lose this Dragapult. We're not going to be able to set up another one next turn to utilize Phantom Dive. I mean, you can do something like Mind Bend or a Jet Headbutt, but it is not looking good by any
Ooh.
means.
Yeah, Monkey Darky switches game. Yep, and that wasn't any of those cards.
Well, we didn't have that. We just had the Monkey Dark. So we've already got the 6
Yeah.
counters to move over to the Dragapult. That's good to go. The terminal period will be happening. The question is, where does Win want to move the damage off of? And I think the safe thing, honestly, is moving 3 from the Monkey and 3 from the Absol, but chooses instead to just move 6 off. So we will see terminal period, KOs the Dragapult, gets it out of play.
Boom.
And what do you do here if you're Josh? Opponent only needs 2 more prize cards, can freely move 3 to just KO Badoo, and everything on your board right now gets KO'd by a Claw of Darkness, except that new Blood Moon. So that will
Ooh.
be 3 prize cards set up here. The Psyduck saving the day right now. But even if this happens, we could just see a counter Blood Moon from Win. You know, we've got the damage counters on the Monkey Dory still that can move over to get the Blood Moon in range of another Blood Moon countering it.
And Hwin also just has an entire encyclopedia in his hand.
Of course.
Let's see if he fans it out for us one more time. Look at that cool 100 Thieves shoulder. Nice little drip he's got going on. He's not going to show us. It's fine.
No,
But
he
there-
stepped the hand to the side,
yeah.
is fully locked in, wants to see what Josh is doing.
The bear's there. The bear is there.
Night Stretchers aplenty, but they aren't doing too much for us right now.
Oh, which supporter is this?
Hilda, so allowing Josh to search the deck for an evolution and an energy card of choice. Came out in the White Flare expansion, I think, or Black Bolt, one of the two.
New cards. New cards.
Shows you how unplugged Mark is.
Yes, very, very, very unplugged. Unfortunately. Sorry, guys.
Can I get somebody in chat to say lock in?
Please, I need to lock in. I've been playing with Warhammer for the past, 3 months, guys, because of my job. There's not a single Pokemon in sight over there. Lock in. All right. All right, Acidic, I got you. Look at that boss's orders. Look at this bear. It's coming up. It's going to take these 3 prizes. But will it matter? We shall see.
And I think the answer is no. I mean, you're praying if you're Josh now that Win just doesn't have access to Peturunt or Bear, and there's the Bear.
Yeah.
So Bear needs an energy. Does he have it? Oh no, I forgot. Josh went. Gosh, the Megas being worth 3 prizes still throws me off, man.
It's so good, dude.
So the Blood Moon attacking for free, damage counters on the board to move over, allows you to do the 240 plus moving 20 off Monkey Dory, KOs the Bear, and a big win for Win.
Winning. You love to see it, guys.